first up, we have candidates for the diversity role. RUSU's diversity officer is responsible for the development and inclusion and diversity initiatives, and as well as taking the lead on liberation campaigns and projects. The diversity officer will also support the work of our 8 part-time officers, helping to promote and oversee the work they do. We have 4 candidates running for this role. They are, and excuse my pronunciation if I get any of this wrong, Sarah Haley, DJ Fisho, Laura Nicola Jones, and Sundara Dundee. Candidates will be spotlighted in that order, and they will be given 2 minutes to introduce themselves, their manifestos, and answer the following 3 questions. What plans do you have to make the student experience more inclusive? As diversity officer, you will lead 8 of our part-time officers. What steps will you take to help them succeed in their roles? How can RUSU work alongside the university to ensure all students have equal opportunities to progress regardless of backgrounds? Sarah, you'll be first. Sarah, your time will start once you unmute your microphone and begin talking. I'll hold a sign up for you to say 30 seconds left when you have 30 seconds remaining, and we will unfortunately have to cut you off at 2 minutes whenever you're ready.
Okay, awesome. So hello everyone, my name is Sarah and I'm really hopeful to be a uni diversity officer. So my plans as a diversity officer to make sure that the students feel included in everything is to first and foremost shed light on the amazing programs that already exist. We have such amazing programs like the 1 in 4 campaign, the Few Periods campaign, the Never Okay campaign, and the decolonize the curriculum campaign, which are such amazing ideas, but not many students have heard about them. So my first kind of point that I want to do is bring them to light. Apart from that, I would love to increase dialogue. I think dialogue is such an important aspect of diversity. And I think that that would be amazing to make sure that everyone feels included, because I think hearing the voices of those that are less advantaged is so important. Increasing dialogue between races, cultures, religions, abilities, sexualities, etc. would be a great start. I would also love to celebrate our differences rather than always focusing on the differences and the negatives that they bring. I think that focusing and celebrating the differences between us is an amazing opportunity to make everyone feel comfortable. Obviously, I will not be able to do all of this by myself. So the 8 part-time diversity officers would hopefully help me. And in order for me to help them, I will definitely make sure that I listen to them, as they are far better equipped to represent the respective groups that they represent. I think that any new initiatives or ideas that they'd like to implement, I'd listen to any feedback that they would have, because like I said, they're way more specialized than I am. And I think encouragement and motivation is really important. We would also be working as part of a team to provide a holistic approach to the problems that students face and solving it for individuals, but also for the community at large, to ensure that the environment in the university is inclusive and it represents the individual at the same time. I believe that RUSU can help advertise the campaigns, because I think, like I said, unfortunately, a lot of opportunities for the less advantaged often doesn't reach them. There's not a lot of advertisement going around. And a lot of times when those opportunities do reach the groups that the opportunities are targeting, there's such bad stigma surrounding the program that a lot of the times they don't feel uncomfortable taking up the opportunity. So I think advertisement and reducing the stigma.
I'm sorry, you've hit time.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So thank you for that. We have next up DJ, I think that's how you pronounce it. Once you've been spotlighted, DJ, you'll have 2 minutes and I will put the 30 seconds left up to introduce your campaign. And
all right, yes, I'm ready. Can you hear me?
Yeah, give me a second. Okay.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is DJ Fisho, and I am on the 2020-21 cohort of the MSc Psychology Conversion program. I must admit, I am an interesting mix. International student with family living in semi-rural Kent, mature student back in school 20 plus years after completing my last degree. I'm a father of 3 teenage sons, including a second-year uni student. I'm an avid reader, and I'm a creative mind. Now, if I'm elected as diversity officer, I aim to champion equality and inclusiveness by supporting the establishment of safe platforms for dialogue. I'd advocate for additional support for COVID-related challenges faced by minority students. I'd encourage peer-to-peer support amongst the minority student body. To make student experience more inclusive, I'll support the establishment of safe platforms where students can talk about their issues and ensure that these are elevated to the university administration. For the 8 part-time officers to succeed in their role, I am good with people. I'm good at visioning. I'm good at strategizing and managing processes. These are skills acquired from many years working in financial inclusion, in business and development. Now I'll use these skills to motivate the team and support them in their work. Additionally, I am currently a senior rep and working with course reps across the School of Psychology. RUSU is doing a great job already. There are so many opportunities for self-development across the uni, which minority students can benefit from if only they knew about them. RUSU can work with the uni to disseminate information and communicate these opportunities more actively to the student body. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next up, we have Laura. Once you've been spotlighted, Laura, we'll start the timer and you can begin whenever you're ready.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Great. Hello, my name is Laura and my pronouns are she, her. I am running for the Diversity Officer position. I'm currently in my 3rd year studying English literature and I'm also president of the Feminist Society. The most important thing you need to know about me is why I would make a great diversity officer. I believe that I can make the culture more inclusive by making small, achievable adjustments that will make a larger impact and improve the overall culture on campus. I want to encourage the use of pronouns across university emails and communications to reduce the stigma that exists around individuals who identify as trans and non-binary. I want to create a campaign that is informative and clear in reference to consent and teaches us what consent actually looks like in a context rather than metaphors and analogies. I also want to introduce the use of trigger warnings on content that would be considered harmful to some individuals. This includes reading lists, lecture slides, and social media material. I believe this creates a safer and more inclusive learning environment for all. I will be approachable and reachable. One way I hope to achieve this is with regular meetings so that I can respond and discuss issues as they arise. Creating a strong rapport between myself and the part-time officers is essential. And I believe that the regular communications will help to and lead to success for all of us. I believe focusing on equity rather than equality is the best way to ensure equal access to opportunity. This year has been really difficult for everyone. However, it has exacerbated issues that already existed for many individuals from different races, genders, classes, and abilities. I think the first step is admitting that structural inequalities exist and then committing to finding solutions to champion diversity, such as positive discrimination. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And finally, we have Sundara. Again, once you've been spotlighted, we'll start the timer. So whenever you're ready.
Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. Hi, I'm Sundara. I'm a master's student of Applied International Development. I'm from India. I'm currently a student voice member and a course rep representing graduate students from my department. I hope to make sure that diversity is reflected in our curriculum and trainings and food, whatever we are subjected to in the campus. As a diversity officer, I hope to create an inclusive environment where we embrace diversity across cultures, traditions, religions, and faith. This I'll make sure by doing there is more cultural exchange sessions, more trainings for staff and students so that they could address the issues like gender bias, race bias, or faith-based microaggressions. I want to do that in close collaboration with the 8 part-time officers that I'll be working with. I intend to give them more opportunities where they could reflect their leadership skills. And by doing so, I would be giving them maximum support towards whatever they would be needing. And third and most important part is RUSU is already doing a lot of great work. And I would just like university and RUSU to work together so they have a playing field for each and every student so that everyone gets an equal opportunity to start their education from the same frame. Most importantly, by providing them basic needs that they have based on the food choices that they have and whatever they are subjected to. I hope to bring about the most positive change that I can bring, and I need your support and everyone's support in that. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, candidates. I will now hand over to George for the next section.
Thanks, Rachel. I will now read you 3 new questions that have been pre-submitted by students. You'll have 1 minute to answer all 3 questions, and we'll go through candidates in reverse order. I'll read the questions through twice to give you the chance to make a note of them. The questions are as follows. What ideas do you have to help international students feel more integrated? What events do you have planned to help celebrate different cultures? How can RUSU help to ensure the teaching and learning experience is accessible for all student groups? So once again, those were, what ideas do you have to help international students feel more integrated? What events do you have planned to help celebrate different cultures? How can RUSU help to ensure the teaching and learning experience is accessible for all student groups? First up, we have Sundara. You'll have a minute to answer, and I'll start the timer once you've been spotlighted and begin talking.
Hello.
Yep.
Am I spotlighted already?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, to ensure more diversity, I would plan for more seminars, more training sessions for students and staff, as I already mentioned. It would be particularly to sensitize them towards a lot of bias that they're already facing, and to ensure that we have more safer space to discuss things and not be judged. Destigmatization programs that would help us be heard in a way that we don't feel alienated. And what was the question again? I'm so sorry. Could you repeat the other part?
What events do you have planned to help celebrate different cultures, and how can RUSU help to ensure the teaching and learning experience is accessible?
I also want to arrange for cultural exchange programs and weeks like interfaith weeks where people could share their religion, customs and traditions, and to ensure better learning and teaching outcomes. I would also arrange for more technical support for mature students who struggle with technological enhancements like Blackboard and figuring out things like recording their own presentations and stuff. So yeah, that's what I'm applying for. Thank you.
All right, you're just under the time past the technical difficulties. Thanks.
Thank you.
Right, thank you, Sundara. Next up, we have Laura. Once you've been spotlighted, Laura, we'll start the timer once you begin talking. You are spotlighted now.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yep. So ideas to make international students feel integrated. I think the best way and for anybody to feel integrated is societies. So I'd want to work closely with the diversity officer of every society to make sure that everybody is meeting people and meeting different types of people and joining in. Different events to celebrate different cultures is really easy. The Thursday food market was the best place. So hopefully we can try and create some sort of virtual where we make food with each other, or next year when things hopefully get back to normal, we can do that again. And could somebody repeat the last question? I didn't quite get it.
How can RUSU help to ensure the teaching and learning experience is accessible for all student groups?
I think delegating responsibility to the officers has been really great, and I think that will continue to have a
I'm going to have to stop you there. I'm sorry.
Thanks.
No worries. Thank you for your answer. Next up, we have Deji. Once you've been spotlighted, Deji, we'll start the timer once you begin talking.
Yeah. Do I have audio now?
Yes.
Oh, all right. So I'd look to ensure that we're able to celebrate regional cultures. You know, there are beautiful things across various cultures. Or spotlight students, you know, and their strengths. You know, I'm a mature student already, and you know, I know that people in that category would also need to be represented. So we'll do some work, and for the various groups that need to be represented. So there are already a number of societies and events. What needs to happen is some engagement and advertising. So we'll spend a bit more time, you know, ensuring that we push out the information regarding those items, exchange, you know, at whatever level that we can make that happen. And then I'd also try and ensure that, you know, the community, we participate in the local community that the university operates. Thank you.
Perfect timing. Thank you, Deji, for your answers. And finally, we have Sarah. Once you've been spotlighted, Sarah, we'll start the timer once you begin talking.
Yeah, okay. So can everyone hear me?
Yeah.
Awesome. So as mentioned in my manifesto, I'd love to do the Meet the Natives program, which is basically elderly international students that have been here for a year or two, meeting the new international students to make them feel welcomed and greet them on arrival. I think that would be so helpful in ensuring that they feel comfortable because other people have gone through the same thing, and then also further integration through different societies and events. I'd love to celebrate new religious celebrations such as Eid and Diwali, and I think celebrating different cultures through their food is also really important, as well as celebrating our differences through dialogue. Lastly, I think that allowing teachers from similar backgrounds to communicate with students that face the same struggles is really important. The recent Black Lives Matter campaign showed this really well in the University of Reading.
Perfect. Thank you very much to all the candidates for the role of Diversity Officer. Thank you as well, Sarah. Remember, you can check out more about the candidates by heading to our website, and remember to vote for your favorites from tomorrow.